Earlier, we accidentally saved 2 citizens while I was messing around before I went down into the sewers. So, that worked out really well. I actually don't know how to get there. I'm also wondering if this is where I was when I loaded. Because I don't... Yeah, like it continues from where I was standing when I reload. Because I'd already gone this way. Who are you?
The wet boots will be proud of me.
No, the captain of the wet boots. The leader?
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. No one can help me. Not even you.
What letter do I have?
I have found a very interesting letter. Your son planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing your medicine.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So the little bugger thought he could use his dad to build a reputation.
The gang's recruiter was dead when I found him. Perhaps you should take better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me. It's just... well, I'm an arsehole, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for the letter. This is for your trouble.
Okay, that was random.
Do
Maybe
you
he'll tell me what I need to know.
Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital. Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Okay, so that's about your life in London. Tell me about this place.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
Okay.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Okay, this sounds real bad. That's all done. These should go great out if there's no eruptions.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just failed me last nerve.
Okay.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Okay, so that was weird.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Wait, I know who that man is.
didn't
It's
do
his dad.
anything, It ain't me.
No, it's not his son.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
What else we got here then? Nothing. Whoa, really?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. If she's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Oops, sorry about that.
Goodbye, young man.
Oh, no, it doesn't. That's good to know. Random. Oh, got a little experience for that. Let's just make my way over this way. I'm pretty sure I went this way already. Well, you're the same guy I just talked to. Wait, what do you have? A migraine. Do I have things for a migraine? Your fatigue. I can cure that one.
Even the flu is no match for the
Talk to me, sir.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now,
Do you need assistance?
please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Cool, cool,
Goodbye,
cool.
young man.
I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Come on, come on. We're going this way. I can probably cure this guy too. Do I want to waste the medicine on these guys?
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Are you sure? Because you know what? Let's check that out right
You
now.
seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later.
Wait, did I not have the medicine for you?
You don't seem well.
I always feel ill.
No.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol.
Yeah.
It's effective. Even the flu is no match for the swamp.
So chat with that lady. I think I cured her last time I was here. Talk to this dude.
Distribute flowers at this hour of night.
Let's leave him for now. Okay, this is where I saved last time. That makes more sense. I guess it does when I load. Take me back to
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. I cannot enter.
Is that him? Am I following him? I'm so confused. Okay, so not this way. No, let's go take a look around since I'm here. Let's look in that corner. That corner just looked too good. No, I think I've already come out this way.
I have this thirst.
Oh, this is where I ended up? That was not what I needed.
Been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Will keep me alive. Distribute
There's no one in. It's locked.
Joe, I really have no idea what to do at this point. Like, I guess I could go that way, but I can't get in there, so am I just staring at him through the fence? I was staring at him through the fence, he wasn't doing anything. Whoa. I blocked on him. Reached level 10. This place is easier or what? Because where I was killing guys, they were at 12 up to 16. They weren't hard to kill.
It's locked.
Oh yeah, we definitely don't want to go in there. Okay, yeah, I've been here before. Okay, I'm gonna go back to where I was last time. Here. And then I can... Oh, I can do something over here. Yeah, no, that doesn't help. What? How long did I have to stand there and just stare at him? Okay, well, we're in now. And that's what's important.
A strange man was at the door with the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay. Nope, can't do that. Well, I haven't met you. It looks like you're a vendor.
Welcome, sir.
Both good things.
Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
No,
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Okay, so you're mad that she's not cutting you into her business? That's how's business.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Oh, that's the dude right over there. Perfect. That's also not the guy I think I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure I'm not looking for him.
Out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit. And no sign of the bottom yet.
Okay. Well, this is increasing, I guess.
Have you been hurt?
Damn it.
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak, just screaming.
Okay, sounds like the other little half-breed ones. Let's give you this.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna kill those guys and find that little box of loot. Be a little side quest for me. That's when I found some guy's knife. I don't remember him asking about it. I just found it. And he was like, "This is a knife you wanted back." I was like, "You wanted a knife back?" Yeah, nothing yet.
Right then. Show me what you have.
I don't really know what to buy, which is not good. I don't know what to sell either. Where's all these rings? What is that? Good resale value. Oh, well, we'll sell them all. Yeah, I'll probably skip those. Well, that's just creepy. Just have some random rings I've picked up off people. Not you either, eh? But okay.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few
Oh, I
questions.
thought you were way bigger and taller. Like a huge character.
Piss off.
I'm not a journalist. I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say?
Where you going,
Quite a rare
Taylor?
breed in this part of town.
Really?
Not a lot of journalists?
Still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
To the nurse.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Oh, no, I wanted to talk to you. My back. Get back here. Get back here. Why would they call you Colossus, Joe?
What do you want this time?
Same thing.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane?
Dorothy
She's
Crane.
a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Okay. Let's do this one. Let's do that one. Because it's
How
a
did you
bullet.
become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You
Not so long.
survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long
Oh yeah, I
ago,
hear it.
even called the bastard my best friend.
You're right.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Okay. Let's go there and talk about your life in London. That's great. And this one, already did that one about you being a bully. That's it. We'll chat with this dude over here. Okay. No, I want to chat with you. My bad. Come back. I don't know if I should read all these wall posts and stuff. I'm pretty sure I should.
You never lose your focus, do you?
I think it's a personal question. There you go.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. And these days, he's just another thug.
Here's Joe's
What
story.
can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer. Good one, even.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
I guess that's it for now.
Bye for now, Mr.
Where's my money?
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down.
Well, let's grab you. Hey.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town?
Oh,
Name's
perfect. You're looking at my
Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are weary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a
I don't know much about the man.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Oh, I go all back there. Okay. I didn't know that. Let's do this one.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Hint available.
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir. And that's...
Have you any...
I've had to run and hide more than once from friends.
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish
Influenza.
It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
What? That's terrible.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are
The
bad
risks.
times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
I still have questions.
I don't...
No.
Goodbye, Mr.
Okay.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Okay, Dorothy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
What? You don't like nurses?
I like Nurse Crane more than other nurses.
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
That's weird. Who hates nurses?
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the...
That's creepy.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pest...
No, he's definitely dead.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
I'm gonna eat this guy.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
I've been touched by God's...
I have had a...
The walls of your home...
Just like another person. Okay, okay. He's just standing
Don't
around.
be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Okay, okay. I like some people like her. I like her too, though. Let's do... No, let's do this one first.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Okay, okay.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Okay, let's get off of this. And tomorrow.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London.
No, I did that one.
I don't...
You know what I should ask her? I wasn't going
Christina,
to.
have you been
I don't like...
But I
You
should.
can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Okay. Okay, that's it.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Okay.
Pay me a glass and I'll be
Okay, okay. Yeah, like this isn't hard at all, so that's kind of an issue where I'm guessing this is gonna get hard. Everybody talks about how hard this thing is. This is really easy, which is scary because it's supposed to be really hard. You're the poet.
Good evening,
Gotta be the
sir.
poet.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask
Ooh,
you
I don't know if you're the poet.
Please
You're
be
definitely
my
not.
guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Okay, okay. Miss Dorothy.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
Okay.
What can you tell me about an old...
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him.
Not interested in your...
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
What can you tell me?
Oh, not that. This one.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Okay, let's go back. This one, maybe? This one.
Are you aware that your life could be...
But this is where I must be to feel the real...
I understand your need for solitude.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you...
Well, you first.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been...
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Okay.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Okay.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Sorry, blind text here. Okay, we're back.
If you say so. But
thank you, Doctor.
See if you're sick.
Medical attention, sir.
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something.
I understand your appetite for words.
The nutrition of my mind is more important.
Okay.
I'll leave you alone.
So, not the one I needed. No, this is where I came from. Nope, nothing out here at all.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask... I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
I think I'm pretty sure I can just kind of sneak through here. I definitely thought I could just sneak through there. Nope, nothing. Oh, I think I already talked to this man.
Doctor. Can I help you?
Nope.
Goodbye, Mr. Duck.
Come on. Vampire, stop being weird.
You play for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long are we going?
Okay, so this guy's gonna let me know because I know a couple of things about him.
Just
A minute.
You again. Go away.
Okay.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make...
I have to admit your words have conviction.
That was it? I could have told you that before from just knowing the nurse. Why would he be helping the nurse if he didn't believe the same thing? I'm gonna eat you now.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must...
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and...
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea...
She seems important.
More than you can imagine.
Oh, wow.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Do you have any family left?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but... Thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so this seems like a place to raid. A sick house. But I make medicine for people.
Razvan, can you hear my voice? I need help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Cardiac massage, now.
This seems like a bad idea.
What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Okay.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse,
I wonder if I could have saved him.
everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
Okay.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Interview with the vampire. That's awesome. Do we not save this dude then? Could we not save this guy?
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
This one stinks already. See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
Oh, what the hell? They killed my people. Well, not my people, but the nurse's people.
Rush the lead. Get their weapons ready. We have to stop it. The other way this week, Joe. Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Baron. You paid one.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Let me just steal some things from you.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy. My father is an idiot.
Forgive my...
Why should I?
Do you need any medical help?
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with the...
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after...
Have you tried speaking?
I don't go out often, but yes.
But you are not responsible.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
If life here...
I don't go outside.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed.
Forgive my blunt...
Why should I?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home.
That's exactly what my father says.
Forgive my bluntness, young man.
Why should you? That's exactly...
Goodbye, young man.
Okay, that was random.
Even my dreams are soaked with blood.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I do have to actually read these letters. They'll all give me different things.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are enough. Those two have hidden their affections well. It's locked.
Oh, I learned something about you. Wait, Tuss was
You again?
right there.
What do you want this time?
Why are you standing out here in the rain? It's so weird.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else.
You really love your son.
He's my pride and joy. Even...
Do you have any...
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my...
Since the criminal nature of your...
No one will ever take my son away from...
Why do you keep...
It's true, I hate this job.
You could leave tomorrow.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. P.
Okay. Nope, definitely not this way. Rest. My blood up.
Is despicable.
No, it's fine. Oh my god, I gotta go way back to the hospital? Okay. We're gonna leave this here. Thanks for joining. Apparently I gotta make my way all the way back to the hospital, finish off this next part of the mission. I'm pretty sure I'm done this. We got them to stop. I'm not sure why it's taking me so far away, but I'm headed back to the hospital, I guess. And we'll continue on next time. Oh, thanks for joining. This is actually a really fun game. Kinda happy I picked it up. I'm definitely gonna keep going and see how the story ends.